Welcome to this video, which is part 2 of my AVO meter guitar amp build. Part 1 was quite a long teardown of the meter's original workings, and me starting to swap out the original terminal posts and replace them with a guitar jack and mains input jack. I'd started to procrastinate and put off cutting the hole in the bottom for the speaker, which whilst nerve-wracking went surprisingly smoothly, drilling a 68mm hole in 40-something-year-old plastic. In this part, I'll show you how I've mounted up the donor amp PCB and interfaced it with the meter controls, and I'll give a short working demo at the end. So, I have the 3 potentiometers now mounted up here, which will allow me to control tone, overdrive, and also a potentiometer to allow me to trim the meter if it gets a bit too near the top end. The main potentiometer and on-off switch is down here. I've had to build quite an elaborate mounting for this now because I sawed through the brass and then tried to drill it out, and that worked okay up until I got to about an 8mm drill bit, and then I started fracturing the collar on the back of the knob at the front, which left me with a difficulty of how to actually mount this. So I've had to put inside here a couple of 3D printed pieces to allow me to mesh the two sides together sensibly. And here I've got the jack mounted and ready to solder, and we have the insides of the amp ready to dismantle. Up here you can see the PCB board from my little Honeywell amp. I desoldered the jack, the potentiometer for tone, the potentiometer for overdrive, and the combined on-off volume potentiometer here. The LEDs came off, and I've rewired the speaker connection. In addition to that, I've also spliced on a new power connector. So down here there's a new DC jack that goes to the outside of the case. Obviously the original jack in here isn't much use. The tone and overdrive potentiometers are wired here and here, and then this PCB here is doing an integration and logarithmic response for the needle. In order to trim that, I've put an extra potentiometer here because I don't want to max out the needle at any point on the meter. At the bottom of the unit here, there's a pair of these brass posts onto which I've built this gantry for supporting the speaker. No project's complete without a bit of gaffer tape. In my case, I'm using it here to hold this section of LED strip just inside here. I actually shimmed out the top of this brass part with 2 little washers here and here, just like in there, to make a gap so that when I shine the light in here, it shines through to the meter on the other side. Thank you for watching and stay safe.